So let's get started with the basics. What is a pension? You may have been enrolled in a workplace pension, and it's important you understand how it works. We all want a secure and comfortable retirement. Planning for that doesn't need to be overwhelming. Start with the basics, like what is a pension? It can sound complicated, but a pension is simply a tax-efficient way to save money for your future. I'll explain what the tax relief benefit is in a minute, but generally you'll save each month. The money is invested by a pension provider like Scottish Widows, and you can usually access it when you turn 55. For most workplace pensions, there'll be various ways money is added to your pension through your payments, your employer payments, potential investment growth, and tax relief. One of the biggest advantages of having a pension is that you'll benefit from tax relief. This means the government are helping you save for your future too. Here's an example of how that works. If you're a basic rate taxpayer, which means you pay 20% in tax, for every £80 you pay into your pension each month, the government automatically tops up your pension with an extra £20, taking the total being paid into your pension to £100. In the majority of pension arrangements, even if you are a non-taxpayer, you'll also get this 20% boost to your pension savings as well, for contributions up to £2,880 a year. If you are a higher or additional rate taxpayer, you can benefit from further tax relief by claiming on your self-assessment tax return. However, if your scheme offers salary exchange, then you won't need to do this, as you receive it immediately. If you are in a pension scheme through your work, it might be a salary exchange or salary sacrifice scheme, where the contribution goes in from your employer. These type of schemes also get tax relief at the highest level you pay tax. It just happens in a different way. So now, looking specifically at workplace pensions, under automatic enrolment, your employer has to enrol you into a workplace pension if you're aged at least 22 and earning over £10,000 a year. If you earn between £6,240 and £10,000 a year, you can ask your employer to enrol you, and they will pay in too. If you earn less, you can ask your employer to let you enrol, but they don't have to contribute under the current rules. But it is always worth asking. The benefit of a workplace pension is that as well as you paying in, your employer will too, and you'll also benefit from tax relief. So how does it work in practice? The current minimum workplace pension contribution levels are 4% from you, 3% from your employer, and 1% from the taxman in terms of tax relief. That adds up to 8% overall. This means if you're paid £25,000 a year, you'll pay in £1,000, your employer £750, and you'll get £250 in tax relief. That's £2,000 overall each year being paid into your pension. Many companies will pay more than their 3% contribution towards your pension, and you can also pay in more too. Speak to your employer if you want to make any changes. Whilst you are automatically enrolled, you can opt out. But do think about this carefully. You'd be missing out on free employer payments every year. And if you do opt out, your employer has to enroll you back in every 3 years. If you leave your employer, you have a number of options available when it comes to deciding what to do with your pension. You can leave the pension where it is, and you'll continue to pay the scheme charges. If you do choose to do that, you may also have the option to continue to pay in your own contribution, although you would not receive an employer contribution alongside this. But you would still benefit from tax relief. Or you could choose to transfer this to another pension, maybe to the one that you've been enrolled into via your new employer. If you do this, please check for any guarantees or other valuable benefits that you may be giving up. And if you need more help, you may wish to seek financial advice. It's great you have a workplace pension, And between you and your employer, you'll be paying in a minimum of 8% of your earnings. However, we recommend slightly higher than that at 12% of your earnings, if you can. It is a bit more than the minimum contributions to a workplace pension at the moment, and may sound a lot, but remember, it includes anything your employer pays in, and tax relief too. As an example, if you are 25 and plan to retire at 65 with a £24,000 salary, by increasing your overall payment from 8% to 12% of salary, you could potentially receive an additional £72,300 in your pension fund when you retire. This is only an example and of course is based on a number of assumptions, including a scheme annual management charge of 0.75% and an expectation of a modest level of investment growth. Here we've assumed 2.5% per annum. Everyone's situation is different, so take a look at our Pay More calculator on scottishwidows.co.uk. Ultimately, what you want in retirement is very much a personal decision, and it depends on your individual circumstances and, of course, what you can afford. Our retirement report for 2020 showed on average people say for a comfortable retirement they'll need an income of around £25,000 per year. During retirement, you will need access to money for maybe longer than you think. Just because we have stopped or reduced working, it does not mean we will stop spending. Bills will still be there, even though our income may have changed. And if you're currently renting, this will of course continue, whereas many mortgages are planned to be paid off by retirement age. Your ways of spending may also change. Whilst many people think their needs from income will reduce, it's worth thinking long term. You may need support with daily living or potential nursing homes, and these can be expensive. It's important to have a plan. Money Advice Service have a great budget planner that can help you. You can see how much you may need to achieve for your retirement goals. Also, think about how long you may live in retirement. The current average life expectancy for someone aged 65 is 83.6 for men and 86 for women. And remember, this is just an average, so could be much older. In fact, 1 in 3 born today are expected to live beyond their 100th birthday. It makes you realise that your retirement could be longer than you think. You could have to fund your lifestyle for 20 or even 30 years. It makes you think about the size and type of pension pot you'd need to achieve this. It's always good to keep track of whether your pension fund will be enough for you. And if you do want to pay in more, your employer can help. Before we go, I wanted to show you this. Wow, it shows that retirement could be much closer than you think. So it's never too early to start. If you're 20, it's only 540 paydays until you're 65, 420 if you're already 30, and I have even less than that. So retirement might be closer than you think, and we're here to help. So where can you go for education, guidance and advice? There are a number of key organisations you might find helpful in your planning for retirement. Your employer can help you with your workplace pension. The government website can help you with state pensions and trace any previous pensions that you may have forgotten about or lost the details for. Unbiased can help you find an authorised regulated financial advisor in your area and give you an idea of their fees. PensionWise, that's a government-run organisation offering free guidance around pension options for people approaching retirement age. There's also the Pension Advisory Service and Money Advice Service. And of course, our Scottish Widows website can offer education and guidance. It can help you access your pension plan and with your next steps. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found it useful. Bye for now.